you enjoyed last week's episode. I had so much fun doing it. But today we have a super special treat for y'all. We have not one, but two guests on this podcast episode, and they are the Curly Queens. So they fit this podcast so well. Their joy is truly contagious. So I can't wait for you guys to just experience what I get to see and talk to. But today, without further ado, our guests are Miss Sasha and Sisi.
Hi.
Hi.
Yay! Thank you guys so much for coming on. I am literally so honored. You guys are
Thank
just
you for having us.
gifts, like such gifts.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having us as well.
Yes,
We're
thank
excited.
you. Yeah.
Of course. But they are like icons, truly like dance queens, everything, like killing it at life. So I'm gonna let them each give like a little snippet of who they are, kind of all those exciting things. So Sasha, if you want to start us off.
All right. And first of all, we adore you. You are one of our favorites. We went to the DCC live show, rocking my sweatshirt.
Yeah.
And oh my gosh, just you are incredible. Just a phenomenal
you.
performer. So,
Thank you so
okay.
much.
So, my name is Sasha. Back when I was on DCC, I was Sasha Agent, also known as Fierce or Snaw Fierce. SNA is like my initials. So Snaw Fierce
yeah.
was my nickname on the team. So let's see. I started off, actually, you know what? I didn't even go this far. So I started off as a cheerleader, like a true, like cheerleader,
cheerleader.
like in high school. Yeah. I started in 7th grade. Prior to that, didn't do anything. So 7th grade, and then through all of high school, we were like a stunt team, but there were moments of like busting it down. And so that was when I would like
Yeah.
kill it, being a back spot, throw the girl up, and then run to the front. So, but that's sort of how I fell in love with dance and watching. Like we were the UCA portion of the competition. I would watch the UDA part and just like, I want to do that. So back at UC Davis, I got accepted to UC Davis, which was where I went to school all 4 years. Mind you, I'm also a Cali girl. So born in Oakland, California, raised in Sacramento. So I attended UC Davis, which I really did want to be on that dance team. But I didn't make it my first year. I actually, I left the audition because I didn't know or had never seen it across the floor, and I freaked out. And I was like,
I would
bye-bye.
run too.
Bye-bye. What is this? So of course
No.
regretted it and just like was so heartbroken my freshman year of college. And someone told me to try out for the Sacramento Kings because I was just like a natural dancer. I was like, really? I was like, I don't know. I can't even make the UC Davis dance too. We'll see. So somehow I got through that technical portion of it, but I knew like once I got through the technical part of the audition that I could just show like truly who I was as a dancer. So I made it and danced for all 4 years for Sacramento Kings. And
Wait, you did 4 years in the NBA?
I did. Yeah, I did it. Well, that was kind of like my college experience, I guess. I thought I was
You
like a little
served your
big baller.
time there. That's a lot of games.
I did. That's a lot of games for sure. And so I had Sisi a couple years after graduating, and unfortunately, her dad and I had decided to part ways and just got married a bit too young. And so I decided, I really want to like go out with a bang with my professional cheerleading career, and saw the reality show for DCC, and I was like, I want to do that. So I moved her out myself. She was 3 years old, moved to Dallas. Took my time though. I really wanted to try out in 2009, but decided 2010 was going to be the year, just to get on my feet, start my career in education. And so I did that, and then I tried out, made it, and she kind of got to see me and witness me in that world, which is pretty cool. I would say that a lot of like moms who have been on the team, I don't know if their child is maybe old enough to comprehend, or usually obviously daughters don't get to witness until after and they see the, the pictures and videos of their mom. So
Right.
it's really cool that she got to witness.
Yeah.
She was kind of like our little mascot on the team, and
No,
just
literally.
the girls fell in love with her. She was Cassie's flower girl. And so
I have that
uh,
picture in my mind, like, it is so cute. When she
just
posts that, I'm like,
precious.
"That is
Oh my
literally precious," but it all
gosh.
makes sense now that I didn't
Yeah.
know that you were on the team already after you had her, so that is so cool.
Yes,
Wow.
yeah. Yeah, so, met my husband my 2nd year on the team. We got married after my last year on the team and engaged while on the team, so, it was
Yes.
pretty cool to have that story kind of being written while I was on that journey, because I
Right.
think truly in my mind, I was prepared to move back to Sacramento to be just with family, but, yeah, I met my family, basically him, and we just I know, just decided to stay here in Dallas, and this is our home. So this is where I raised Sisi, and we fell in love with the Dallas hip hop community here.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
yeah, and then you can take it over.
So hi guys, my name is Sisi. I would say my journey started ever since I can remember, like since I was like at a really younger age, and having her like be a DCC and me growing up at the same time, it was just perfect because it was just like,
So
wow,
cool.
like that's what my mom's doing. I need to do it too. And as she says, organic, brainwash. So honestly, so honestly, it was just like a perfect, like, just like you need to dance. Like, this is your chance to show who
Yeah.
you are. And I just grew up loving dance from the start. So, but I was like semi studio dancer. I followed a lot of like my dance teachers to where they were. But honestly, once I found DFC, which was like an all hip hop studio, it was perfect because I that's where I learned all my foundational training, and simply like where I found my director who's taught me everything, honestly, and she grew me up to be the dancer I am today. And honestly, that has helped me be the person and dancer I am today because it helped me through LSU and just simply being on a hip hop like adult team because I was around like 12, 13 years old, and she was like, "Okay, just do it." And I was like, "Yeah."
Wow.
At a young age, yeah. With 20-year-olds, yeah. Let's dance.
I don't know if you've seen Team Athena, but they're iconic, and
No,
just such
Wow.
the feminine
yeah.
power. I don't know. I love it.
Right.
And so it's funny because she like stepped in as a 13-year-old, like covering for someone
Yeah.
who had gotten injured
Injured. Yeah.
Wow.
for World of
And
Dance.
my director trusted me to learn the choreography within 2 weeks of competing, and I
That's right.
competed.
Not about that.
And no, we didn't do as well as we wanted to, but honestly, that was such a game changer for me because it was like, if I can do that, then
Hmm.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
I can do
I can do
anything.
this.
So she was on the team after that, and
Yeah.
oh my gosh, like that again, like when she says that shaped who she is,
No,
like
yeah, for sure.
that was the perfect training.
For
that
sure.
it-
And after COVID, sadly, that studio shut down.
Yeah.
And so, like, even though, yes, like we didn't have a studio base of like, yeah, this is my studio, I've stayed with the team. So the team now just travels around looking for studio space to practice in. So, but yeah, that has definitely prepared me for the Tiger Girl experience and has truly shaped me to be who I am today. So,
But not only that, so while she was in high school, she was juggling
oh,
Team
yes,
Athena. She was on her drill team
I
for
was on
high
the drill
school.
team.
And
Yes.
then, which I mean, we can't also knock drill team. Like that
No.
is kind of her foundation
Yeah.
technique.
Technique, yes.
Yeah.
I started
Yeah.
my freshman year. Like that was my first. Like when I was a studio dancer as like a younger kid, I did take maybe like contemporary classes, lyrical classes, but
Right.
never serious as I did with hip hop.
Mhm.
And then once I transitioned into like the hip hop studio, that kind of just went away for a long time until I got to high school, and it was like, oh, I might as well dance in high school too. And I tried out for the drill team, and I was like, ah, yes. need technique. So honestly, I'm just truly blessed to have been on the team and not be as experienced as others. But honestly, like that shaped me into like the technical person I am today, because that truly transitioned me to really build and grow as a dancer that way in the 4 years that I could,
Yeah.
honestly. And that,
Right.
thankful enough, prepared me for Tiger Girls as well. So
So it's crazy because like turns and all that wasn't until her freshman year of high school.
yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
And still at a very foundational level, like
Yeah.
still wasn't like anything crazy. And just to watch her grow though was
Yeah.
insane. Like from ninth grade to 10th grade. Like, I mean, like her
Wow.
leaps, all of that. I was just like, okay, you're not gonna be a technical girly. And I was like, dang, you're a technical girly. And so she also was in jazz this past year
Yeah.
for LSU
Tiger
Tiger
Girl.
Girl. And it's like out of all the
Yes.
routines she could have been in,
Yeah.
the excited
The two.
right. That's the getting second place in jazz is
Yeah.
That
and
dance
so
was
Mystery.
so good.
yeah.
I
Thank
watched it
you so
100
much.
times. All of the dances
Thank
are so
you.
good.
Yeah.
Like,
So I'm
this
like,
girl is
that's
so
me.
humble. She's
I
so
know.
humble. Like, I will hype her up forever. Like,
Yeah.
I literally went to class last
Seriously, she's
Thursday,
too
and
humble.
I'm, like, in the back, like, with my hat. Me and Armani are, like, in the back, literally, like, hats on, like, baggy clothes, like, okay, like, no one watch us. We're just in the back. And I'm like, and then I watch Sisi do it, and I'm like, I'm never going out there again. Like, this girl is so good. I have not stopped raving about her. She is so freaking talented. Like, the hip hop that you can do needs to be on a stage by yourself. Like, with millions of people watching.
Right. Yeah.
I'm hosting the event. Like, I'm literally gonna host the event, and you're gonna just dance.
Cece's going on tour. DCC Live and Sisi.
Yes, literally. I'm calling it. Like, continue. Sorry, I just had to hype you up.
No, I mean, no, she truly is amazing. And she doesn't know. That's the crazy part of it is that like she really like does need to be hyped up and told because she forgets and she gets in her head just like the rest of us. Especially with that insecurity of technique is still new to her, you know what I mean, relatively. So I think she does get in her head a lot. So, but anyways, again, to be in jazz this year, I think was just such a great accomplishment, and that you cannot downplay that. But it's funny, she calls me and my husband, she FaceTimes us at the beginning of when they're gonna start practicing for nationals, and she's like, Mom, I'm in jazz. And she was like, but don't tell anybody because I might get taken out.
I was like, I don't know. This is a for sure thing. Like, I don't know.
So she's like, but don't tell anybody.
They're pranking me.
She knows me. I'm going to be like, Cece's in jazz.
And I'm like, no. It's official once I hit the stage.
Right. So it was precious.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
That's so cool. But I was, really looking forward to this. Obviously, like I said, like you have touched me already so much. But I've only been able to watch kind of online. And I know some people have, heard the story, but for anyone that hasn't, I obviously wanted both of you on because I think it was going to be so powerful of hearing obviously both perspectives as a mom, like, and then as you, that went through that. And so, if you guys just want to kind of like let the viewers know and kind of just walk us through that and how the Lord has just like had his hand over all of it.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so I'll let Cece start.
Yeah.
And then I'll fill in any details because she doesn't remember some of the things.
So yes, I don't have a full memory of this day, but basically we as Tiger Girls, we get our Mardi Gras week off, and so grateful for that because as a Tiger Girl, we usually don't get to always go home as a regular college student would. And so I was like, oh yeah, like I'm gonna go to Mardi Gras, woo, celebrate. And then I was like, wait, but I want to go home too and see my family and just be home because I haven't been home because we literally stay for nationals all of December until we compete. And so
Wow.
this was my chance to finally just go home and just be with my family and just be with the people that I love. And so this is the day that I needed to go back. And so the drive from Dallas, Texas to Baton Rouge is about like a 6.5 hour drive, which I'm used to. And
Right.
so I left a little later than I should have, because it is like a long drive. So they usually say leave early in the morning so that you can get to like Baton Rouge around a decent like evening time where it's still daylight and stuff like that. But me missing home so much, I was like, no, I don't want to leave yet.
This was like the
Mm,
first time where I had
right.
seen her. Like she was truly homesick. Like,
Yes.
Wow.
like she drove on Valentine's Day, like
Yeah.
left her boyfriend and left to come home on
Bye.
Valentine's
Yeah.
Day. And then
Yeah.
we spent her birthday is on February 21st. So we
Yes.
celebrated early. She just
Yeah.
wanted her favorite taco.
Yes.
Her favorite tacos here, like a
Yeah.
little hole in the wall out here in Dallas. And she spent a lot of time with her friends
Yeah.
celebrating
Yes.
and just catching up
And
with them.
dancing.
Yeah, just doing a lot of dance. She went back to her old high school to
Yeah.
go and clean their competition
Yes.
scene.
Yes.
They're just living it up. And so when it was time to get back, it was a Tuesday. She had procrastinated. Like I went to work and noticed that she was still home because I had
Yeah.
already like came in and said my goodbyes before I left for work.
Yeah.
But she went to lunch with my mom and I think did another dance thing.
Yeah.
I
Or
think
maybe.
and then I had a field trip with my students,
Yes.
come back. I had a substitute. So I was like, cool, let me go and give one more hug. I see that she's home. And she was again trying to push back and like, let me leave at
Mm,
6. Let me leave. I'll leave at midnight and we'll and like if I go to sleep like early and then I'll leave at midnight and it's like Cece, I'm like, you got to get on the road while it's still daylight. It's like what
Yeah.
she was saying. And but yeah, it was weird thinking back to it because it was like, and that's what made it hurt even more because it's like I know she didn't want to go back. And she just needed some more time. So but yes, she gets on the road and
Around like 3 o'clock.
3:30. It was
Yeah.
3:30. And we had I had checked in with her once I got off of work. So we were talking a little bit as she was approaching like the halfway mark.
Of Shreveport.
I had noticed that she was approaching Shreveport. It was just like shot her a text like good job, you're almost halfway there.
Yeah.
And but it never was read. Her sweet boyfriend, it's weird because again, it's like you see all these little God things, I think, in this process. Just even
Mhm.
how fast, like the hospital called us, like a lot of just interesting things happen. But so I'm terrible. I do not check my DMs. I'm terrible with checking text messages. Like I'm always like it could sometimes be on a 2-day delay. It's terrible. But I happened to see his notification come in. It was via Instagram and just like, have you talked to Sisi? And so I didn't even respond to it. I just went straight to Life 360 and noticed that she was off to the side in like a grassy area off of I-20 approaching Shreveport still. So I was like, something's wrong. And then all of a sudden I see as you know, you can see on Life 360 like speed and all that. So it's like
mhm.
0 miles per hour. And then all
Yeah.
of a sudden it's like 92 miles per hour and going off road. So I'm like, what is happening? And she's approaching LSU health emergency. So I'm like, losing it, like something's wrong. My husband gets home like right around that, like perfect timing, like from taking our daughter to soccer practice. I'm like, something's wrong. He calls the hospital immediately and it's just like a busy tone. And then we get a call back he gets a call back, which again, I don't understand how all these things work, how
Right.
they're getting numbers. Like
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't think it would be from her phone because like
Wow.
just even facial recognition like now is not responding to
Yeah.
her.
To
So I
me.
know at that time it wouldn't be responsive. So it's just again like the how quickly everything happened. Again, I like give that to God. So they call us, so they call Chase, and they're explaining that she is not responsive. She was in a wreck, not responsive, but vitals are stable. And that's pretty much what we had to go off of. We like jump in the car. There's no like, don't even have like any car
Mm-mm.
phone chargers. We're not thinking straight. We have a 12-year-old and an 8-year-old, eight at the time, she's 9 now. Um, we like left them like, and we would leave them occasionally, like, like we work right next door, so we're running to the school real quick. So they're used to
Right.
like somewhat being at home for just like a little bit. But to leave in that state, like, it breaks my heart just knowing that they just had each other and we just were frantically just left. And so what we did, we called my mom. My mom lives like 7 minutes away, but then she was
Oh.
frantic. And so she came over to be with the girls. And then it
Right.
was my former principal and one of our amazing colleagues coworkers who is an assistant principal where we work. They came over to be with my mom and the girls. And so if you can just imagine, that 3-hour drive was just torture of just not having much to hang on to, just praying and
Mm-mm.
just crying, and naturally, like, she didn't want to go back. I should like, I mean, I'm thinking all the things,
All the
like
things.
she shouldn't even gone to school out of state. Like, I'm just thinking like, just not being realistic and thinking bad. But and like you said, letting the devil kind of come in and mess with my
Mhm.
brain. Her coach was amazing and just kind of like kept me occupied via text to keep us as calm and occupied as she could. But because she was one of the first people that we needed to notify, because Cece was going to practice the next day.
Yeah.
And we had gotten a call from Officer K, who is a part of Greenwood Police Department. And Greenwood is, I mean, like, I'm talking like it's Greenwood and then Shreveport, just like with the like just the county line.
Right.
So he just happened to feel in his heart that he found her ID and saw that she was an LSU student, and he said that broke his heart just knowing that, because he has kids her age. And he decided to go to the hospital after he kind of
Wow.
saw the scene and got that cleaned up. He went to the hospital and to be with her, and he held her hand in the ICU. I mean, she doesn't know any of
Wow.
it, but he was there. And
Wow.
he called us again, not knowing, I don't know how he called my number, and he just wanted to let us know that yeah, her vitals were stable. She's not responsive. But he was like, I can tell you this, that her blood pressure is better than mine. So he was like, if that just helps with anything. He was
Right.
just another one of those earthly angels in that moment. So that kind of got us through the rest of that trip.
Right.
As we were going through East Texas. So yeah, that was a very, very emotional, I mean, just heartbreaking moment. Her boyfriend had driven out from Baton Rouge. His dad, they're from Mississippi. His dad drove from Jackson, Mississippi to meet us out there just to be a support system for us. Um, yeah, she wasn't responsive, but I do feel like she knew that I was there. Like, I was,
Mhm.
of course, just talking in her ear. I didn't know how much she could hear me, but I do remember her eyelid kind of fluttering and like wanting to look, like really wanting to look at me. Um and so I do believe like she knew in that moment that we were there. I'm like, we're just reassuring, like, we're here, mom and dad are here. We're not going anywhere. And unfortunately, they did not let us stay in the hospital. It was like these 30-minute intervals, like 4 times a day, which was torture. So,
Oh,
like
wow.
being in the ICU. So, I mean, we would go back to the hotel, just kind of like exist and just trying to just talk to people, and I don't know, just reach out for support. One of our biggest supporters was Sarah. She was a DCC back. Um, in I think 2000, and it was Shelly who had reached out to her because she was from Shreveport, and oh my gosh, I mean, brought us clothes,
Wow.
like it was just clothes and food, and found us an Airbnb that someone had donated to us, so we stayed. We were
Wow.
only 4 minutes away from Sisi, um, and so she was another, again, just godsend. So at this point, we're just going to the visits and just getting any new information that we could gather. Um, she was basically, they needed to get her into surgery pretty quickly. So the accident happened on the 17th. The 20th was when she went into surgery, which was the day before her birthday, her 20th birthday. And so I really
Wow.
wanted to make that special for her. We were getting like little glimpses of like squeezes, like with her hands. And it was after exactly pretty much 24 hours after the accident, we had seen like she was really animated with her hands. And there's this video that I have posted on my account
Mhm.
where she throws up a peace sign. And I think in my mind, like, I was like, okay, like everything's gonna be okay. But that was like my turning point. It was like wave to the camera, and we just had her hand filmed, and so she's like, and then she's like, boom, and I was like,
That's
oh,
Sisi.
she's in there. She's in there. So I feel
Wow.
like that helped everybody, because then I was like, I have to post this because I think, because everyone was so worried. I mean, my messages and DMs, I still
Yeah.
haven't even gotten through all my messages just because there was so much support for her and so many prayers. And I think everyone needed that video just as much as I needed it. So yeah.
I think it's so cool, like, all the moments that you guys, like, kinda talked about of, like, the cop, the peace sign,
Yeah.
whatever it is, like, so many people can overlook that in the moment, the big
Right,
moments of
right.
just, like, frantic and, like, "God, why? Like, why?" The big question is
Yes.
why?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's like so many people overlook those moments, but it was like, no, for you to realize in that moment, like, this is God, like, giving me a wink. This is God giving me a touch. Like,
Yes.
it's gonna be okay. I'm here. Like, the Airbnb, all of those things. I just watched another podcast, and it was like the same exact thing happened. It was like this horrible thing happened, but all of these other things happen, and it's like God doesn't, like, let you go when things get hard. It's
Right.
like He holds you even
Right.
tighter. So that's so
Right.
cool to
Right.
just,
Yeah.
like, and I'm sure reassuring for other people going through that because you have, obviously the mom's perspective and your perspective. It's like,
Yeah.
I can't imagine going through that as a mom. Like,
Oh my
that car
gosh.
ride, I just, like, it makes me, like, have shivers down my spine. Like, I just, like,
Yeah,
it
that was torture. That's the best way I could explain it. Just the unknown, knowing she's there alone. Like, yeah, I don't like thinking about it too much.
Mhm.
But I like to think about, like you said, the little winks and the little touches from God.
Yeah.
I mean, even the location of the accident was a
Was
miracle.
a miracle
Like,
itself. Yes.
taking that drive from Dallas, driving through East Texas to Baton Rouge, there's nothing.
Yeah.
And so for her to end up in Shreveport, at an LSU institution where there's a
Yeah.
medical school. So
Wow.
I didn't realize that when you have medical schools attached to hospitals that you're gonna have like the top doctors.
Right.
And because when Shreveport it can be a little rough. So when Chase and I approached the emergency room, it was really like, "Oh my gosh, where are we? Like,
Oh,
what kind of care is she gonna get? This is scary. Like, how can we get her? Can we get her to Dallas?" And then we soon found out that she was in the best hands possible.
Wow.
Like her surgical team was incredible. Not only that, it's weird because it's like if this were to happen in Dallas, she definitely would not have gotten the treatment that she got. Like as far as like she got this like
wow.
celebrity treatment, which is crazy because of LSU, which is
Yeah.
so I like Louisiana people, they love their LSU.
It's
So like
so
to
cool.
hear,
Oh yeah.
she was like, "Oh, it's an LSU cheerleader." Like everyone kept saying, "She's a cheerleader. Is that the cheerleader?" And so, so they just fell in love with her. I mean, people like Shreveport Police Department came by and brought a basket with all these
Oh
things
wow.
and asked like, what was she like? And I was like, later on, like once Sisi did regain her consciousness, this was back like when she was coming out of ICU, like or after the big 15-hour surgery. Um, I was like, "How did you even, like, meet someone with Ellis with Shreveport?" She was like, because it was Greenwood PD who took care of it. She was like,
Yeah.
she and she can't speak because she had a trach placed in. So, and that was mainly because this top palate was broken and collapsed. The right side of her face completely crushed,
Mm.
some fractures on the left side as well.
Mm.
And so yes, and so what's interesting is that we assumed that, and thank God she had her seatbelt on, but we assumed that the accident, and this was the police department too, that it must have been due to hitting the windshield or the steering wheel. Um, and mainly, and because she had her seatbelt on, they were even thinking, was there a malfunction with the seatbelt? No, come to find out. So Chase, my husband, we finally get access to her car in the tow truck, where it's off and being stored at the tow truck site. He finally gets access to it because when we got the car, we put it in her name, like, this is your first like big girl car, like, we're gonna let you be the adult here. And so yeah, so we had to like get her to like sign off that that we could gain access to the car. So Chase is the one who went to the tow truck site. I didn't want to see the car. And he finds this like 2 foot in diameter
Metal
metal
object.
object
Yeah.
that's like a disc on her floorboard and on the passenger side.
Right.
And he asked the tow truck guy, like, what is this? And he was like, maybe
Right.
maybe it was on the site and they just maybe threw it in the car, because her front bumper was also like in the back seat, just because they placed it, because it must have had fallen off during
Right.
the accident. And so Chase kind of just didn't think twice about it and was like, okay, that's interesting. Does like a 360 video of the car and goes on his way. We're back at the hospital, and just just watching her heal and being there with her. And I was like, I was ready to see the car. I was like, I want to see, because I still wanted answers. I'm like, this doesn't make sense, right? Like, we still just don't know. We
Right.
just know that she lost control of the car, and then she rode the bumper on the right, rode the bumper on the left, and then crashed into some cables, some like the center divider cables. And it just guardrail. Sorry, not bumper. My husband corrected me. The guardrail. So she hits the center, the the cables. And it's just weird because it seemed like it's like was sort of like a long time, according to like an 18-wheeler witness. Like had happened, like it was happening like slowly or gradually. It
Almost.
wasn't just like
Yeah.
a one crash. Yeah. So I thought that was really interesting. And so he shows me that object, and I look at the windshield, and it's just like a slice in the windshield. So that object had flown through the windshield, hit her, knocked her out.
Yeah.
And that's why she doesn't remember anything.
Yeah.
That's why it was just kind of like this. She's riding the bumper,
Yeah.
and then, or the
Yeah.
guardrail, riding the guardrail, and then crashes.
Yeah.
Um, so that makes sense. And then when we showed the surgeon, he was like, that makes sense. He was like, because what he saw, what he did surgery on, it was almost as if it was like a gunshot to the face,
Yeah.
like just shattered.
Yeah.
And so he was like, he
Wow.
doesn't see that with people who are wearing their seatbelt. He doesn't see that from even a steering wheel. Like, you would have some upper body
Right.
injuries. And it was just
And it was
barely
just
to
my
her
face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, like with that, you were like, okay, it's her face, but people don't realize that's her breathing way, that's her airway. So this was collapsed.
Everything. Yeah.
So yeah, so they had to intubate her. And then once they went into surgery, they had to wire that shut. So then that's when they had to move the trach to the neck,
Yeah.
which was of course scary, because you never know, like, is that going to be a permanent thing, or is that going to be something that's going to be temporary?
Right.
But I look back to the miracles and that object, and if it wasn't angled, if it was straight on, if it was slightly higher being at her brain,
Uh-huh.
and she did have
Slight concussion.
and a brain bleed
Yeah,
that they had to monitor, but it
but
kind of corrected itself.
itself, yeah.
Um, but her eye, it hit her eye, her right eye, and so we're so thankful that she has some vision,
Vision, yeah.
because we were told that she wasn't that most likely, like, the optic nerve was affected, and that's something that doesn't bounce back, and so we were really thinking that she was gonna be blind in that eye. Watching that was a miracle, and just, oh my gosh, so much excitement. I remember they would come and check to see, like, "Can you see the light?" And she would say, "No." And, of course, me and Chase, like, holding hands, like, tight, like, "Oh my god, like, is she gonna lose her vision?"
Right.
And then a couple days later, "Can you see the light?" "Yes." We're like, "Oh my god, okay, okay."
Wow.
But then again, we're being told, like, most likely not, right? Like, it's gonna really restore. So then, a few days later in the hospital, then they check again, and she's just, because she doesn't know, we're not telling her our fears that we're just internalizing, right, about her vision.
Right.
So she's just like, doing the little test, and the doctors, they come in and check her eyesight, and he's like, "Can you see my fingers?" And she's like, "2, 3," and we're like, like, me and my husband off to the side, like, "Oh my god, you can see." So,
Yeah.
Right.
of course, we have to take some steps back, because then she gets operated on a 5-hour surgery, which is an orbital floor implant. So it's basically a way to support the eye, because it's lower, because that bone again was crushed. So they prop the
Wow.
eye up with that orbital floor implant, which again, just scientifically, like, these doctors are just incredible, and again instruments of God, right?
Yeah.
So
Right.
we are just taken aback by them and the science behind it, and so we get through that surgery, and so of course we've taken steps back, because now it's like her eye is like crazy swollen, and we don't know how much she can see. We're doing these eye drops like crazy around the clock. And so eventually at this point, we're home now. We're home back in Dallas. We had spent almost a month out in Shreveport and in and out of the hospital. Um, so we get home, and now the swelling is going down. And so there was a moment where she was like ready to, like, she could see like what she couldn't see, I guess, is a good way to say it.
Wow.
And that was the first time where I actually saw her breakdown, because she's been so strong throughout all of this. I mean, even the first time she saw her face, she kinda was like, "Mm, oh, well." Just continues to go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
I'm still
so
hot.
Yeah, it's like, okay.
like, in because oh, she's just, yeah, she's just funny. So that was the
I was
first
gonna
time where we
ask,
saw.
sorry to cut you off.
No, it's
Sorry.
okay.
Um, but what was the first time that you kind of gained your conscious, and, like, when was it that you, like, first were able to, like, have thoughts? And, like, I'm just, like, trying to, like, what was going through your mind, like, when you first were like, "Oh, I'm here and, like, this is what's happening," you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't even know when that really happened because I feel like, I don't know, maybe I was just on the medication. So it's like I don't
Mm,
really have memory of like the first like probably days and
Mhm.
weeks of being in the ICU and being at the hospital.
wow.
But I feel like deep down there's like comfort in the sense of like every
Mm,
time I woke up, it wasn't like, oh my gosh, where am I? It was just like, yeah, okay. Like I'm still here.
wow.
And honestly, that kept me going because it was like, I truly could have been not here. And
Mhm.
it's like I
Yeah.
am here. I'm still breathing. I'm with my family. Like people are coming in, like my dance friends were coming to see me. Family, my boyfriend's family, like everyone was just still popping in. And so that honestly was bringing me more peace than, oh, that like, not like, oh my gosh, like I'm in the hospital, like, am I going to be okay? That was never
Wow.
really a worry for me. It was more like, I know I'm getting better every day and it's going to take time. And God is providing me guidance and just giving me peace over this right now. So I have nothing to really worry about, honestly. It's just time.
Wow.
She's just getting a little princess, the princess
Some
hair,
princess
the
treatment, you know.
getting her beauty
VIP
sleep.
experience just for the T-Minor
Flowers,
thing.
being flooded with flowers. Oh my
Flowers.
gosh, nonstop.
Yes, it's crazy.
It's so
Um,
sweet though to see people show up. Like it's so comforting to be like,
No, it
one, you know, that
is.
you've raised such an incredible daughter that people love so much, but also you as a family and stuff. It's just like
yeah,
how comforting to know like how loved she is and how loved your whole family is. Like that's so cool.
yeah.
No,
It
yeah.
was it was really eye-opening for my husband and I. I mean, from our school district, the support in our school, from DCC,
Yes.
Shelly, oh my gosh, Shelly just wrapped her arms around my mom and the littles,
Sweetest.
and made sure that they were taken care of.
LSU,
Oh my
like
gosh,
like a lot of sports teams are sending me gifts
Wow.
and just notes and just like prayers, honestly,
yeah.
to just kind of support me, which surprised me because I'm like, oh yeah, like this is just like a little huddle thing, like only me, my family, and my extended family only know about this, but it got out. So I was just like really surprised by that, but really more surprised in the sense that everyone is here for me.
Yeah,
Like you never knew me, but
right.
like I'm being supported
So
through
And
this.
taken care of.
Yes.
We were getting calls from like instantly from like deans and presidents and the athletic
cool.
director of LSU,
Yes.
just reassuring that they are going to take care of everything as far as like, don't worry about the academic side. We'll figure that part out. You
Right.
guys just, be there for your daughter.
Right.
And they also were making calls to like the chief of staff at at the hospital. And so she got my number and was like, I need to just meet with you guys and just let you know like how loved you guys are. I mean, they pray with us. I mean, just different, just really a different experience. And she was just like, I'm letting you know that I'm getting voicemails and emails and phone calls from people at LSU just saying like, that's our girl. You need to take care of her, and she only gets the best of the best. And it truly was the best of the best with
No, yes.
everything.
Yeah.
Everything was perfect. So
Wow.
just grateful. Just
Yeah.
so
Truly.
so thankful.
It's so cool, like, I think, you know, I don't know, it's not biblical, but I know we say it, it's like God gives the hardest battles to the strongest warriors, and it's like, I'm just, like, watching it, and it's, like, making me emotional. It's like, sometimes he just, like I feel like I'm, like, in a season of just, like, you know, personal things and whatever it is, and it's like, he knows how much faith you have, and it's like, he doesn't sometimes he just gives the hardest battles to, like, the people that
Yeah.
he knows are gonna, like who says this? Like, they're in the, you know, a hospital bed, like, doesn't
Yeah.
know what they look like, you know, with all of
Yeah.
these outcomes that are just, like, not predictable and stuff, and it's like, "No, like, I have peace, like, I know God is, like, working in
Right.
my life," and so it's just,
Yes.
like, he knows, like, that she has that childlike faith, that, like, the
Yes.
belief,
Yeah.
the strength, and all that stuff to know that, like, in all of this, like, I am still your God, like, I am here, I'm the same yesterday, tomorrow, and every day, and so it's
Yes.
just it's inspiring, and I think you're gonna you know, we can see I know you can probably see it too, it's just like, when someone's going through something I had someone talk to me the other day, and they're like, "I'm going through all of these things, but, like, weirdly enough, I can see God, like, just, like, writing my testimony to be, like, so much bigger and so much stronger," and I'm like, "It's so cool to know, like, you know, this is just the beginning of you for you to, like, tell your story and just, like, change
Yes.
literally lives, like, I
Yeah.
barely know you, and, like, you're changing my life," and so it's just, like, there's gonna be so many more opportunities to share your testimony, and I know it's just gonna
Oh,
get
for sure.
bigger and bigger.
Yes, for sure.
Wow.
Yeah, no, we're so inspired by her and proud of her. and her strength. She was just practicing yesterday. She'll go to the dance room over here and working on
Invite me,
turns.
please. Please invite me.
But it's
Please.
like out of everything, it's her turns, I think, that are, just spotting and things, and just you take, your vision for granted. And so it is affecting her turns. And it's just, she just knows, like, she was just like, I gotta keep going. I gotta keep practicing.
Yeah.
She was like, we'll get it back.
Yeah.
So just your strength is amazing. Your resilience is incredible, and
Incredible.
I'm learning from her. I'm learning from her.
Yeah. I You're teaching all of us, girl. Like,
Mhm.
so where are you at, like, right now? Like, what's kinda next for you? I know your mom kinda mentioned you have a few more surgeries, like, looking forward and
Yeah.
stuff.
Yes. Mostly that. It's still waiting to get improved, but as of right now, I'm doing as much as possible as I can to dance and take advantage of it before
Yeah.
I have to sit down again and
Right. Yeah.
heal.
It is torture for her
It is to
to
sit down and just
I'm
not
sure.
dance and not
Us
do what
as
I
dancers,
want.
we're like my mom's
Love.
like, "Do you sit still?" I'm like, "No, when there is music playing, I am dancing.
Yes. Yes.
Thank you."
Absolutely.
Like,
Absolutely.
there is
Yes.
movement if there is
Yes.
music.
Even a little like I'm always doing
Yes.
something. My body's always moving. And so
But isn't
yeah,
it crazy
that
though that, like, it happened to her face though, and it's like
yeah.
she's a dancer, like, she's still capable of doing
Yes.
everything she needs to
Mhm.
like,
Yes.
she
Right.
has the
Right.
body, so it's just like that's
Right.
just another
Right.
thing
Yeah.
that's like, wow,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
how do you get out of a wreck and it's just your face, you know? It's like,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
rare.
Uh-huh.
It is really
That's
bad.
really
Yeah.
crazy. Um,
Yeah.
so next step, so what we're saying as far as waiting for things to be approved, insurance. So because this happened out of state and out of network, insurance has come through, but it took a little bit of fighting and some appeals because some of the things they were not trying to cover.
Yeah.
And like the orbital eye surgery part, like that would have left us $150,000 in debt. So we did fight for that. And that got reversed. And then
Wow.
what now they're trying to get us to, see a Dallas doctor. And trust me, I do not want to drive to Shreveport, multiple times a month, but we are willing
Right.
to because her surgical team was just that
Really
amazing.
good.
Amazing.
And they really like to take 15 hours on her face. And I know that he could have shortcutted that, but he really wanted to make sure that he did a great job. So I just can't even imagine, like, what is even a 15-hour surgery?
What does that even look like?
How does he
I'm like,
eat?
do you
Like,
guys, like,
what's
get hungry? Like
yeah, so she has an incredible team. Not only that, her
wow.
it's a eye surgeon who specializes in trauma for eyelids, like especially in like eyelid surgery. So
Mhm.
it's just really critical. They work together, the facial reconstruction surgeon and her, and so it's just really important to us to fight for that. So the
Yeah.
next surgery, we just got back from Shreveport. The next surgery is going to be her nose.
Yeah.
And I guess I kind of was going into this as like, okay, this is going to be just a routine rhinoplasty, right? Like it shouldn't be
Right.
that crazy. But we did, I guess, get the reality that it is a little bit more complex than that, just because he's not left with a lot of resources to work with because everything was crushed. So that means that he's going to have to go in to one of her ribs to get cartilage. And so, of course, where does both of the dance moms,
Right.
the dance minds go to,
"Excuse
like, is
me,
that
not
going
my
to be,
rib. Can you take,
and then
my
What
pinky or
it means.
something?"
what do you mean the body, and how long is that going to take? And can I still turn and do things like this?
Yes. Like
So I
like
know. So that kind of took us back, but it sounds like, it's about gonna be the same a recovery as the nose and the rib together. So I think it should be fine. It might be because of the insurance delay, things are being delayed and pushed back. So we were hoping she would get back to camp ready to go. for Tiger Girls, but she might just have to be a little bit more patient, wait a few more weeks before she jumps back in. So yeah, like she said, she's trying to dance every
Now,
opportunity that she can
All
get.
she can do.
So she's
because
trying to cheat
yes,
anything where she could just get out there.
yeah,
She's taking advantage. So
yeah.
I'm proud of her for
Wow.
that.
Wow. Well, we wish you all the best for your surgeries. Like, I know
Thank
God is
you.
he's walked you through this season. Like, he's not
Really?
letting you go. And it's just, I
Yeah.
think it's so cool too, Sasha. Like, when I think this can help a lot of people too, because when being in a hospital environment is so difficult because, there's a song that I'm listening to and it's called Wait on You. And it's like, when you get the news in the hospital room, but, my God's not done yet. And so it's like,
Right.
it's so
Right.
hard being fed almost like you feel like they're like being so negative because it's like the
Yeah.
reality.
I know.
But
Yeah.
you're like,
I know.
okay, God, like I know someone's saying this to me, but I know like I'm standing on your promise and like I know she's gonna see one day. And it's like to see the fruit of that and like believe that and stuff. It's like I'm sure that had to have been difficult to be like, whew, this is a tough pill to swallow, but like
Right. Right.
I know
Like
my God is
he's
bigger than, that,
Yes, and he gets the final say. Yeah, that's what I always try to remember. He
Yeah.
gets the final say.
Yeah.
And since then, I mean, her vision has improved.
Tremendously.
It's she has a cataract due to the trauma
Mhm.
that's causes, I guess, more blurriness. So they're thinking they can fix that, but they need all the surgeries to be done first. So maybe a year from now that could be fixed.
Yeah.
She did lose some photoreceptors, and photoreceptors are things that don't come back. So they
Those help you those allow you to see shape, color, and everything. And it's really close to the center of my vision, but it's literally just a little dot that it's like a little blank dot that I just can't see through. So
Oh,
yeah.
it's disappointing, but at the end of the day, my vision is still it's here. You know what I mean? It's better
right.
than to not have anything at all.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, I'm struggling with a little bit of double vision right now, but that's just because due to muscles still adjusting to the reconstruction of my face. I feel like as of right now, everything is just so everything is just fine. I'm good because even my double vision when I dance, she's even allowed me to drive recently. I know, and which is really scary, and I understand. But to me, it's I'm yes, because to me, it's literally like
Girl,
riding a
I'm
bike.
like, I
It's
can see and everything.
It's
And my mom has been literally going crazy in my passenger seat. She's in town right now, and she literally is there like this. I'm
as
like,
I haven't even I
Mom,
slightly
stop.
touched the gas pedal, and she's already like,
No.
oh my god, I haven't
Put
even
sunglasses on and a mask.
But yes, no, definitely it doesn't affect me at all. I don't know if it's because I'm used to it now, but honestly, it's not something that is not allowing me to keep growing and keep dancing and doing what I love. So that's what I love about this
Right.
right now, is that I just keep
Right.
just regardless of where I am right now, it's not stopping me from doing anything. So
Yeah, that's
That devil
amazing.
can't take your joy.
no, at all.
Well, before we kind of wrap up, I just I ask all my guests that come on here, obviously both of you can answer this, but what's one piece of advice that you kind of just want to leave with us and the world and just kind of tell through your story, I know it's a hard question, you can think.
No, I'm like,
lot.
dang. Um,
Piece of advice. Honestly, Sisi is, like I said, that moment where there was a moment where it's when she saw her face for the first time. We were even hesitant to give her phone back in the hospital because I just didn't want her looking like, what do I look like, and wondering about that. And so we kind of kept her phone away from her, and it got to the point where she was able to use the restroom finally, in her hospital room. So at that point, she had, of course, full access to the mirror, and so she kind of looks to her left, and she approaches the mirror, and I'm like, okay, this is it. This is it. What's gonna happen? What's she gonna think? And she, like I said, she kind of feels around and then is like, "Hmm, oh well," and then she carries on. And I was
Wow.
just like,
I
because
would have like, wow.
right. I would have freaked out. Like, I think back to I was just telling her the other day, like, I think it's so amazing that all of you guys really it's like I think it's a newer generation thing. Y'all are okay with, like, going to dance practice without makeup. But, like, back when I was on the
Mhm.
team, it was like you're in full hair, full makeup for
Yeah.
practices, especially, like, those CMT nights with filming. Um I mean, even Kelly would be like, we go to the grocery store
Oh, yeah.
because you don't know, like, who's gonna recognize you, so you go, with makeup on.
Right.
And so it's always been ingrained in my mind to always, just look ready, you know what I mean?
Right.
And so with Sisi, like, I've just found it just so inspiring that she is able to just still be herself. You saw her in dance class. She has no makeup on. She's not worried about it. You know what I mean? Like, she just wants to
Beautiful.
dance.
Yeah.
Dance is her air. And so I guess my advice would be just 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 remember what matters, and you know what I mean? Like, I
So
can
good.
just imagine so many little girls, like, even myself, like, back when I had acne and things like that, like, I did not wanna go out of the house, you know? And that's even with makeup on, just still feeling insecure about that, and just I'm just really proud of her, and how she has managed that, and she just doesn't let any self-doubt. She just knows who she is, she's confident, and nothing's going to stop her from achieving her goals. So just, not fixating on just the things that really ultimately don't matter, and
Yeah.
The outside.
being
Yeah.
grateful for what you have. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You really said it all.
Well,
I was gonna go there
that's so
too.
good.
And honestly, like it's that mindset that I have. It's like when I even saw myself, like I even like it like did shock me, like as if it would to anyone, but I also was like, but I have to remember like I won't look like this.
Mhm.
Like my body's gonna take care of me. God is
Mhm.
like
Yeah.
his hand is on me. Like he's watching over me. He's taking care of me. Like there is no worry. There is no need to have doubt or any like fear or anxiety because I know that he is taking care of me. And so even like today, like you said, I know I
Mhm.
don't want to wear makeup. Like
Mhm.
it's and not in a sense of like I want to be myself and show myself and just be who I am. It's not even about that. It's allowing myself to just be who I am because I'm here. I'm still here. So why am I gonna try to disguise and look like someone else and try to be someone else
So
when
good.
it's me? I'm
Mhm.
being me and I'm showing up for myself and trying to just show who I am as a person. So yeah,
Mhm.
So
advice would
good.
just be
I know, like,
oh God.
Like,
I'm still 'cause I still struggle with it. I still struggle with it. That's why, like, she
yeah,
has
this
makeup on because of me, 'cause
Yes,
I
it's
don't
like
like,
we just looked apart and I was
like,
like,
is it
okay,
gonna be on video
all right.
or is it just a
I don't even
podcast?
have
Like,
makeup on. It's
we should
totally fine. I have a
Yeah.
spray tan and no makeup. I'm crazy right now.
And and my dad Chase and I we had a talk about this earlier once we like first got to Dallas and he was like don't be ashamed of the scars that you have on your face cuz those are the marks of God. You have
Mm,
evidence of God on you and so keep that to yourself and
Right.
cherish that. So, yeah.
I
I
mean,
really hold
yeah. I
that
mean, you
close
look
to
at
my heart.
the story. It's like he still has the
It's
holes
just
in
the
his hands,
fans, yeah.
and it's like you're
Yes.
able to be like,
It's a
this is
print.
my story.
Yes. Yes, and I'm not like, I have no reason to be ashamed. I'm not ashamed, and if anything, I
Wow.
feel more myself because
Mhm.
this is he brought me here to this earth. I'm still here on this earth.
Mm.
He gave me another chance to even show my like speak more about him and bring light on him to others who might not have the same like opportunity to you know, cherish him and really just like lead a life with him in it. So it's really
Yeah.
just bringing light to that. So I'm just really, this is really an opportunity for me to really speak for that and show people that no matter where you are, yes, you're going through hard times, but that's life and that's just the
Yeah.
journey of life right now. And honestly, if life was easy,
Mhm.
like I don't even think God has anything like God, that's not what it is about, honestly.
That's
Like
not God's
he
way.
puts
Like
you through exactly like you said, like he puts you through hard things because he knows deep down that you can handle it.
Mm.
So it's like
Mhm.
take advantage of that, bring that and really sit in it because it's like you don't need to waste all this energy to just dwell on, oh, I could have looked like this. Oh,
So good.
oh, I could have. Oh, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like that's a
Yeah.
lot of what my generation does. And I'm just happy that I got this opportunity to really just step in this role and show that no matter where you are, no matter what you're going through, there's a positive outcome to this,
Yeah,
regardless of where you are.
Always.
that's amazing.
So
I
good. Like
truly
I need
think
that.
dance. I think dance is Cece's ministry. I think that honestly, I think you're gonna be
Yeah.
able to share your your testimony through
Through
the power
dance.
of dance,
Yes.
and that's
Yes.
gonna be beautiful to witness.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So beautiful. I am so grateful for you guys to have been on this episode. I am like taking all of this in, and I selfishly was like, you were like, I would like to do it this week, and I was like, please, I would love to because we have finals tomorrow, and I was
Yeah.
like,
I know.
everything you just said just like so
Oh,
resonated, and like,
that's
you know, you're going into a space where it
perfect.
is all about, you know, a lot about what you look like. And so it's just like going out there
Yes.
and being yourself. You know, I rather
Yes.
watch someone having fun than trying to be
Mhm.
someone they're
Yes.
not. So that's so encouraging and
Exactly.
motivating. So
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
yeah.
awesome. Oh
So
my gosh,
before we
and good
leave,
luck
one last
now.
thing. Thank you. I'm so
You
Thank
excited. I'm gonna have to keep
you.
myself.
you just have fun.
Oh
But
yeah, you're gonna be so good. I can't wait to see.
I know. Please send us.
No, yeah,
thank
please.
you.
Like I'm so excited to see.
I will. You guys, we're thinking of you. But before we leave, I always ask Sasha or Sisi, whoever wants to, if you want to pray us out, and then we'll end this episode.
Yeah.
Yeah. You want
Okay.
to?
Yeah. Wow. Okay. Father God, I just thank you for this day, for this opportunity to just share my story. Lord, I just pray over Sophia and her just journey through these next steps with DCC, but not only that, this podcast, Lord, and I just pray that you are just all watching over all of us and just truly just shining a light through you so that we can show you through us, Lord, and just thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. In Jesus' name I
Please
pray.
pray.
Amen.
Amen. Thank you guys so much.
Thank
That is a
you.
wrap on episode 5. I'll see y'all later. Before you go, like I said, I want to give the opportunity to give your life to Christ at the end of each video. Like it says in Romans 10:9, it says, if you declare with your mouth Jesus is Lord and believe in your heart that God raised him from the dead, you will be saved. I know I was personally really touched by this episode, and that if you have not put your hope, your trust, and given your life to Jesus, I'm giving you the opportunity right now. So I invite you to say this prayer if that is you and the decision you want to make today. So just repeat after me. Dear Jesus, I believe that you are the Son of God, that you gave your life for me, and you rose from the dead. Forgive me of my sin. Come be my Savior. Come be my Lord. And fill me with your Holy Spirit. From this day forward, I am yours. In Jesus' name, amen. I am so proud of you if you made that decision today. It always, it says in the Bible that heaven is rejoicing. So I know God is looking down and is so, so proud of you. I don't want you to walk this journey alone. So be sure to comment on my YouTube or send me a message, and I really hope I can connect and hear your testimony. But thank you guys again for coming back for another episode, and I will see you guys next time in 2 weeks.